Right, guys, welcome back. This is the Above Average FPL podcast. My name's Adam, and as always, joined by Baker. Good evening, mate. How are you, should I ask?
Oh, I've not had a good weekend.
Mate, you've run almost 20k. I'd say that's a pretty good weekend.
Well, I was feeling terrible. Like I was really sick Friday, Saturday. And then yet still put myself through 2 hours of Tottenham, then put myself through 4 hours of Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's the first NFL game I've watched like all year, and I completely forgot I'd watched it last night.
Spurs were terrible. Then Bills went out of the play. It's NFL so harsh, man. Like we play this game all the time. We get like a red arrow, and you're like, fuck. But then it like 5-6 days later, you go out the playoffs, and it's like, well, see you in September.
Yeah. That's it.
And for and for players, obviously, the career is so short that it just means so much. You can see like the difference when they lose, like the emotions on the team. It's draining. It's draining. So yeah, that happened, and then I got no points, and was so close to bringing in Dorgu, and did not, which would have saved everything.
I have many weeks like that, although most of the time it's when I just don't transfer a player in. So I understand, but I don't think. How close were you though, really, to playing Dorgu this week? Because we always say it, but I think
the leak was there. But no, we're never playing it till the leak's there. Then he's left wing.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
The leak is there, but then people start saying, "It maybe the leak's not right," like type stuff. I mean, I'm sure you can blame me for not doing Wirtz captain, but I could definitely blame you for the Dorgu non-pick because you were straight in with that. You can't pick Dorgu because you're captain in Haaland.
But I would. I'm literally just saying what your brain is telling you anyway.
Yeah, which is there. You're a little bit like, why am I picking a defender that's that? But he's playing left wing. But is so I was pretty close because I didn't have a huge amount of faith in Richards. But you're almost like, I'm kind of expecting Dorgus to get a 1 pointer here, and Richards only get the 4. So basically, the issue is I went for the floor pick.
Yeah, because I was trying to remember when I said that to you. I was trying to remember when I said it to you, but you said we were talking in Discord, and you said it could be a 62nd minute clean sheet, and I was like, well, surely if you think it might be a 62nd minute clean sheet sub, then capping Haaland feels like a really shit idea.
Yeah, well, that was a whole different situation.
But then as soon as
reacted,
exactly. But then as soon as you then go, oh no, Haaland's a captain because I think he's going to score the most points. Yeah. You just revert back to like, well, maybe I just don't get the Man United defender in my team then because that just doesn't. Because I'm just knocking 4 points off his score anyway, so it doesn't matter.
The thing with leagues is they very rarely help, do they? Because obviously, if anyone saw that league, then they were like, well, I've got to get Cunha out. Loads of people panicked last minute and got Cunha out. And he outscored virtually anybody that they played instead of him. It's madness. I'm frustrated myself that I didn't do it. I'm frustrated myself because I would just normally back the attacker. It's a little bit like what you then start kicking yourself about is it's kind of like it's the environment, it's the microcosm of this season where people are like, look at this week, look, bloody Anderson just walks in with another 4 points and you're like, well, that's beating all of my midfielders.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is James Garner got booked and still got 3 points because he did 29 DEFCON today? It's that whole like, it's so horrible as just a general environment. This weekend was like football's hard to talk about. I don't know how we talk about football and we will talk about football for an hour and a half tonight, but it's just, why are we doing that? I'm trying to put people off from being here, like to be like, we're going to have to go through some games and go, well, Man United were good. And then are we putting Man United up first? We're going to do that first.
I think we have to. I think there's only a certain amount of games that we can really
track, like how many people dial off like after that, because there's nothing else to talk about.
Probably was the easiest match of the day running order you'll ever see.
Yeah, honestly. I'm watching Match of the Day and I'm counting down the games. At one point, I was like, fuck, there's 3 games left. Fuck, I've still got to watch more games. And those games that were left included Arsenal and Liverpool.
Yeah. Terrible.
It was just, but it played out because, it's been a bad week for the sort of template, isn't it, in general, which is always fabulous if your team is not template. And
it
a
helps.
wildcard is the best way to move away.
Well, precisely. So, because it's a weird one, because I look at my team, and we'll look at my team in a sec, but I look at it and go, have I had a fantastic week? And I go, well, it's been all right. Like, I don't think like I've really, like, relatively, yes, I agree. But it's mainly because, but my players have basically done what they were expected to do.
Yes, and that's exactly it.
And that feels like that's okay.
And everybody else is.
And everyone else is down here. It's not like I've gone, like, my team has just smashed it. I've not gone and done like a James where, you got Chow 17 points, this 17 pointer, this 15 pointer, this double digit keeper. And it's like every one of my players has done more than I would expect them to do. I feel over the moon. I just don't feel crap like everyone else. Right? That's where I am with my team at the moment. So yes, I get obviously I get a bit lucky because I get the Wirtz pick that outscores Ekatike, Szoboszlai and Virgil on his own. I get the Chalobah clean sheet because wildcarders need Chelsea defence, like it feels necessary, and non-wildcarders wouldn't have them because you wouldn't. And so I get those 2 cleans, and then I get the same cleans.
Right, not 2, because they were fucking terrible.
Well, exactly. That was even a lucky clean. Like, that was lucky as a clean. And then I get the 2 Arsenal cleans, which everyone else really has anyway, whether it's a Raya, Gabriel, Timber combination of that. And then I get Enzo just sticks his leg up, and I get an assist. That's all I've had. Like, that's all I've had. Like, so it's not been like I've had the best week ever. Like, this is amazing. It's just like, well, I played the chip that probably put me in a good position for whatever comes forward over the next few weeks. And it just so happens that everyone that would have normally returned has absolutely had a shitter. So, it's worked. It's worked for me. It's definitely worked for me. I've seen some ridiculous scores this weekend. I've seen, did you see Michael Broadbent's score on Bench Boost?
Broadbent score, and
almost physically
if I
sick.
had my glasses on, it would have been like if anyone like Jordan Stallion throws the glasses every time. That would have been me. I'd have been like that.
93 points, I think it ended up as,
points,
which is just
genuinely like that did happen. So I didn't have my glasses on. I saw it and I was like, what's that score? What? It's off, Michael.
Yeah, and on Nikolai in chat as well is like, so it's that the Wirtz cap is huge in a week like this. Like, I was thinking I was talked off the ledge, and
I just assume you'd done it.
Well, I think that's fair, but at the same time, you said it wasn't a good idea. You said like Haaland. You were like, in fact, no, you didn't say it was a good idea. Bad idea. You said speak to Praz and Harry, who are 2 people that would have never, ever, ever in a million years have said it was okay. So you were basically saying don't do it. Then I went into Discord, and I'm fine if I can defend my position. But if anything starts to come in that says I'm doubting myself, then I probably normally I tend to like revert back and I go, okay, fine. Haaland is probably the best pick, so I did that. And then obviously it transpires the way it does, and I'm like, like it's just frustrating. And then obviously as well, might as well just open my team up.
Get your team up. Once you weren't capping him, were you not more tempted to just get Bruno in then?
No.
Cause I almost feel like it's almost like you've gone the middle round with it, because it's almost like a case of, I thought the reason why you were getting him was to cap him almost to an extent, and therefore that's why I was like, if I was gonna, then I'd have been, I think I mentioned the pot, but I'd have gone more Bruno and Ekatike, and then not had Watkins, for example, and like taken only one of the 2 punts. But you were like, I'm doing both, and I'm like, yeah, mate, it's worked.
So yeah, Green Arrow, 51 points. I've already mentioned the cleans that I've got. So Gabriel, Timber, Chalobah, had Mukiele until about 11:15, and then thought, I'll just have an extra 0.3 million here. Alderete, listening to Harry on my park run. He's talking about Alderete, Mukiele with Ballard back. He's less likely to get DEFCON, all this sort of stuff. I trust this guy. Like, he does FPL all week. Like, so when he says Mukiele is less likely to get DEFCON, because Ballard's back in the team. And I was like, Ballard, but he's like 4.6.
We're mucky boys, mate. We're mucky boys.
So I went round and round in my head in those last 15 minutes. I was like, well, I'll get Alderete then. And that just gives me a bit more money. And I'm like, that's cool. And then obviously Mukiele gets DEFCON and gets assist and gets everything. Like he gets all of the stuff that he's supposed to get. Alderete gets booked, has a shot, doesn't do much else. Is what it is. Deflected block, Enzo with his, like you mentioned it on Twitter, on X, his DEFCON assist. Fantastic. Assist. And then Wirtz, who, another 4 shots. And
to be fair, mate, like Rice and Rodgers, those two could have got a lot more points than they did.
Yeah. I mean, Rodgers had about 1,400 shots today.
Yeah, I mean, Rodgers should have a lot. But Rice, is in a way, like we're going with Saka, but that swing could have been a lot bigger this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Haaland, Watkins up top. I've got Tav. Brought in Joachim Anderson. Those two was a weird, like, Tavernier, Anderson, Wilson, Senesi kind of conversation, trying to work out which way round I wanted it. Probably feel more comfortable here because I get pens and then I get the game week 31 fixture that I want with the player that I want in that fixture, which is the
good.
Which is fine. And then Mane was an interesting one as well. I almost went away from him again. Listening to Harry on Park Run, I was like, if you get Mane and you get the double game week, but then you lose him in 31, you're not transferring him out, so you don't actually get another fixture anyway. So I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Didn't even think about that. But yeah, so I went with Mane in the end, Dubravka, whatever. So yeah, 51 points. Good week and a bad week. So cool. We take it.
Bad week and a bad week for me. This is one of the interesting, because you mentioned earlier, you said, I'm not sure I could be a masterclass on 1.5 million game week rank. And I'm like, I don't think you understand, like this, if you can get like a few million in this week, it's just gold. Whereas I'm on an 11 million game week rank.
You're talking to someone who's had 2 of those already this season, mate. So yeah, but
it's when you have them. Because actually, 150k to 200k is like, it's not a season ender.
No, I have them when people get 60 points. Like when the crowd gets 60 points, I have them. This is why it hurts. So like 11 million, it sucks. But I think you're going to be fine.
But don't like drums like this. So these things happen. These weeks happen. Like where you get them, everyone gets them at some point in the year, and it's happened. All I can hope for is a 11 pointer for Bruggen tomorrow. Give me 40 points and it'll be okay. Maybe.
Chalobah lost a bonus point. I'm fuming.
Oh, mate, season over.
Alex changed the thumbnail. Disaster. Nice.
Honestly, yeah, but what a difference. What a difference this would have made if Dorgu was there and this was, you walk away with 40 points and for Bruggen to play, you'd be like, yeah, 42 points where it was. It would have been fine. Don't feel massively frustrated about the either the Richards, the Foden, or the Wilson ones. Like is Leeds did a full number on Fulham, and obviously Foden comes with a hard time, and Palace did not show up. Glasner showed up in one way. There's a few that were pretty unlucky. I mean, if you captain Ekatike, you were pretty unlucky. Like 6 shots yesterday, and then obviously what would have been a goal rolled out, at the end. And so you feel for them. You don't, if Captain Heartland, you weren't unlucky with that. Well, I say that because, let's talk about the game in a minute. Bruno G, I mean, that game is bad for 70 minutes, but that last 20 minutes, I mean, he could have had.
I was not happy watching that last 20 minutes.
I mean, he could
the chance at the end as well.
He could have had a lot of points in that. I mean, Joe Linton done him over 3 times. 3 times Joe Linton missed his big chances from him. And obviously then Rodgers, doesn't come through. So it all didn't work out. And there's a few problems to work through. Like Foden and Saka are now very big talking points because you can't afford them to be not scoring.
Yeah.
So let's do Man United, Man City. Or do that to me. Yeah, admin?
Just one. Guys, thank you for joining us. Hello to everyone in the chat. Shout out to all of you guys. Hope you've had an okay game week. I see a few half decent scores in here. There's a couple of 32s, which is a bit unfortunate. There's a 54 I see somebody's mate got a 70, 60 for Greg as well. I mean, 52 for Jay. There are some good scores around. It's been difficult. Calcino Raya finally outscored Timber. Unbelievable. But yeah, if you are enjoying the content that we do, please do drop a like on a video, hit subscribe if you want to see more from us. And if you want to do more, if you want to come and join us in the Discord, you can do patreon.com/above average FPL. Last man standing. Right. I'm going to just bring this up. Last man standing ended in 2 weeks. It literally ended in 2 weeks. So in terms of the teams that people picked this week, Chelsea was the only team that won. Everyone else had Villa, Newcastle, Arsenal, and Liverpool. 2 people had Spurs, but we don't. It
tells you a lot about this week. It tells you a huge amount.
So, last man standing is starting again. Beat Baker is well and truly in play. 29 points plus for Bruggen this week. So there's always a chance. FPL Blackjack's just started, so there'll be a bit longer until that's back up. But the conversation carries on. The fitness channel is just blowing up right now, which is great. And it's just a good place to be. Just a good place to be. So if you want to come and check us out, patreon.com/above average FPL. But you don't have to do all that. Just like the video, and we love you anyway. Man U, Man City.
Man U, Man City. We knew that first game it could happen, but I don't think we necessarily expected it to happen quite how it was, because I mean this could have been a lot more than this.
I say this doesn't seem to tell the story of how the game kind of went. I mean, yes, there's
minute offsides.
There's definitely obviously the minute offsides in the first half, but I just think the way that United conducted themselves in that first half, just the way they moved the ball around, like you just felt like there was always a pass that made them either progress the ball up the pitch, or when they knew they couldn't, they were always in control bringing it back. And little triangles that felt like the players actually wanted to do to keep the ball. You felt like there was energy in the way that they played the game, which was wild. Obviously, like Maguire comes back in, Manu comes back in. You say Dorgu left wing, like it all kind of just clicked and worked. And I think having Bumo up top to run those to really help. And I say I really want to repeat the bit that Match of the Day did, but the way they attacked in terms of their sprints and stuff like that, like it was just obscene. They were just relentless. Now, it probably helped that City started with a back four of Elaine, Kusanov, Rico Lewis, and Nico Riley, which was previously.
Nobody came on, didn't he?
Oh, did he come on? Who started at left back then?
Rico, Elaine, Kusanov, and Ake.
Oh, and Ake. Sorry, yeah, Ake. Again, players that just haven't really played football. Whereas, a few weeks ago that was O'Reilly, Diaz, Gvardiol, and Nunes, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a completely different back four.
I mean, in general, so let's tackle City to an extent first, because then we just do nothing but give credit to Man United and think about what we want from them. But from a Man City perspective, we've got a slight problem of Semenyo in that he's now going to obviously not play in even the next 2 midweeks for the Champions League, which almost certainly means he plays on weekends.
Yeah.
But if you play Semenyo and you play Doku and you play them, what they do is when they play two wingers, isn't it? They try to pin high. And then you've got Foden as one of your midfield three. So he's joining in. Then who could you possibly have sat on Bruno Fernandes? You couldn't sit anyone because everybody's there. And then what happens is, which is an age-old problem that we what was it? I don't know if it was last season or even the season before, where we were talking to it was last season, we were talking to John McKenzie about how easy it was to get at Man City. And one of the things that they started to do was obviously hold the ball a lot more, almost end up with like 3 centre-backs, 3 centre midfielders, and then they play the four. But where you've got this weird back line, and you're now using fullbacks to attack a little bit. And then you've got wingers as well. It just makes you so open to transitional attacks. And because they can't then put a man on Bruno, he's the best at it in the world. Like of pinging long passes, like they never miss.
Yeah.
Knowing when to run, knowing when to bash, and go fast and direct. It was a really vertical, approach from Man United. It was quite similar to what Palace have done to Man City a few times in terms of that. It felt like Glasner-esque almost to an extent, in that you go from back to front incredibly quickly. It's really interesting, and obviously, is similar to how, for example, Palace would have used almost the likes of Munoz and Mitchell would really get wide, which means then those guys that are playing in that the strikers are then, or around the strikers, suddenly all come in. That part was similar. So then you're like, well, okay, well, that now means, you've used Ahmad and Dorgo in effectively the Munoz and the Mitchell positions. I mean, Dorgo's even more attacking than him to an extent. But you're like, well, this really works. And does it really just work for this game? How much read are we going to get from it to the next game? Because it's away at Arsenal. Really, really hard to understand, what read we'll get from that. So like Dorgu, for example, who I've got, he potentially is a guy that you want to play every single game.
Yep.
But he might also be a horrendous problem, because you need him to be the left winger when they want him to be the left winger, but you also need him to be the first choice left back if if they play Cunha on the left. Because Cunha, Mount, and Sesko aren't going to not play.
Yeah.
They are going to play, and therefore what do we know now? We can make a lot of guesses, but this game's against Man. It's part of this, isn't it? Because we need to make a decision by sort of 24 of who we get. And now as soon as a good performance, we're like, well, maybe one's not enough. Like Bruno's just easy. Like that's just thank you very much. Yes, I want him. But because even if Bruno goes back into central midfield, like I don't think that's completely out of the question that he still plays alongside Casemiro occasionally. But even if he does, he's still a good pick, because he was a good pick before when he was playing there anyway.
Yeah.
He gets his def card, he gets everything. But I don't think we 100% know right now, unless we suddenly hear it, Bumo is now the number 9. But if he is, we want Bumo.
Yeah.
If Dorgu's playing left wing, it's best pick in the game.
Yeah, I can't argue with any of those points, to be honest. I mean,
if they come true,
this is of course. But I think the fixtures are going to be, it's, as you say, it's a difficult read on Carrick. Now, I don't think you can just dive in on all 3 from say 24. I think you have to build it up over time, which means you're going to miss fixtures along the way. It's like, which ones can you afford to miss though? If we're going to start to see some continuity, because obviously Carrick comes in. Sesko had been playing okay, but like that's all under Amorim, right? Like he'd started okay. Mbumo's back. He obviously comes off because he's been at AFCON. He played like 80 minutes, didn't he? It was most of the game he was on the pitch, and so
like Ahmad could be incredible.
Well, Ahmad could be great. Ahmad could be great.
Ahmad could be incredible, and he's cheap. We can only take what we take with this game. But we do know as well they've got loads of time in between games.
Yeah.
But they might just be like, earn your shirt. Like if Fletcher wins and somehow then also gets a result against Arsenal, then
you wouldn't change if it's the same. Yeah, say same team and whatever, they just go and get a result. Then you wouldn't change anything. Not until it requires changing, which is kind of like, I guess, almost the Pep philosophy. But then he doesn't have to worry about fatigue as much as you say, because they're going to have the rest in between anyway. They're out of everything. If they get a result next week and they get a couple more, like top 4 is just like there for them. Surely
it's on a run. You're just saying this weird, like if it's on, they're only going to play, what is it, 39 games or whatever it was,
40 games,
40 games, yeah, 40 games out both. First hurdle, thanks very much. Out you go. 40 games. They're going to be, but Bruno's just do it. If Foden is out, I don't think you muck around. I think you just go to Bruno.
Well, there's stuff. Has it been confirmed about like broken hand or something like that? Because why else? Like, why else would he take him off at half time? Like, it doesn't. Like,
so Pep said there was nothing to do with that. So Pep just said it was my decision. So and the main thing is that and like there was all the rumors going around beforehand that he might not start because he's been ill all week. So he was sick. And there is. I said to you Friday, Saturday, I was like, I don't understand where this has come from. This horrendous bug, which has now just completely left me. I'm completely fine now. But Chelsea have obviously had loads of issues with it. Foden apparently was sick all Friday, Saturday. Like we're gonna have a similar thing with Cole Palmer. I mean, Cole Palmer, we know there's groin situations, but also maybe he was sick. Is like there's going to be some hard to read parts with it. We know that there were reports about broken hand, but then there was like reports saying he left with strapping on his hand. If he's broken on his hand, he's not got it fixed at Old Trafford, mate. Like if he's broken his hand, that report came out, like, and then it was said, oh, then we saw him leaving with some strapping on your hand. That's very different, in terms of what we're seeing. But look, we're gonna there'll be a presser tomorrow. There'll be because it's Champions League Tuesday.
Yep.
Do I expect he misses Tuesday? Probably. But they have to do all the old, like, well, it's Champions League, don't they? They have to do the old training, televised and all that stuff. But yeah, it'll come out. It'll come out.
Oh, they got plastic pit. They got plastic pitch on the
plastic pitch photo
on Tuesday. Yeah, of course they have.
But like I say, Semenyo can't play.
Yeah,
so he'll definitely be playing next weekend. Shirky, you've got, like, if Foden's okay, Shirky, you've got to get rid of. Like, you have to sell him. Fixtures aren't there. I mean, it's tough because it's bloody Wolves, isn't it? But I think he's on the chopping block for sure. And I think Foden's just a sell, really, because if we go by what Pep said, he took him off at half time.
Yeah, I'd find it really, really hard to, regardless of what's going on, I'd still find it really, really hard to take him out ahead of Wolves. That said, we'll talk about Wolves, but Wolves have been obviously much improved in the last 6 weeks.
Look, if he's okay, you're having him for Wolves, but then it's see you later.
Yeah. And that's obviously just because of that's more because of the picks of the other players. Because like City have still they've got Fulham, Leeds, Forest, West Ham, dead ass Palace. They have got Liverpool and Newcastle in there. Like, Liverpool's still a good fixture for them, surely. Newcastle at home?
Right. How do Tottenham concede all their goals?
We fill the box and then we let people shoot from outside the box or on the edge of the box, so the massive deflections take place and the keeper can't save it.
Like, if there's a team that was set up for Phil Foden right now, it is Tottenham. If you just, like that part we talked last week about Enzo, close your eyes, how do you see a goal? Same with Foden. Close your eyes, how do you see a goal? Patrolling it at the edge of the box, then bangs on him. Like, he's a hard sell away to Tottenham. But there's good games in Fit 24, so I think everyone will. So yeah, Bruno, just if you get him, just get him. We're all getting him over the next 2 weeks. He's going to be 80, 90%. They won't be 50% owned. He'll be 80, 90% owned by 24.
Yeah, he's a 24 transfer for me, not a 23.
And he's a captain. If he is playing 10 forever, you can cap him. Very unfortunate that he only got very unfortunate to only walk away. What did he get? 11 points?
10.
Unfortunate to get 10.
Yeah, I mean he was miles offside for the. Was he miles offside or was it Ahmad that was miles offside? One of them was miles offside.
It's
there
was plenty.
Yeah.
The decision to pass when he should have shot in the first half actually was one of the weirder ones. It doesn't really show up on this, but he should have just shot, and when he was given the ball by was it Rodri gave the ball? I can't remember who gave him the ball. Someone gave the ball and he tried to pass to Boomer rather than shoot him. But he he's just good. Man City and Haaland, we've been talking about. Look, yeah,
Wolves.
Maybe it's Wolves, isn't it?
This is Wolves, isn't it? That's the thing. It's just Wolves.
That's the problem, isn't it?
It's Wolves.
If you're ballsy enough, you just sell him.
Yeah,
but it's tough when it's Wolves.
Yeah.
You want the decision to be forced. You want Salah to get back in, and then people start and have that conversation.
Let's talk
what
Wolves.
Strikers you gonna have?
Let's talk Wolves. Yeah, they're just no. The strikers are just really, really tough. We'll try and chuck games in between the good ones or the semi-good ones, just to half talk about something else. I mean, the whole game was
1.1 XG between them.
Yeah, pretty miserable. Everything was pretty miserable until the last 10 minutes, and then, as you say, like it was a bit of a train coming in from. So yeah, because I turned on the game. I think I turned on the game like 40 minutes in, something like that, and. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about it, to be honest. Because if you've got like Gordon, like just straight sell.
Yeah.
just straight sell. If you've got their defense, it's okay. It's fine. Like there's a few tough fixtures. Because there's 3 tough fixtures in the next 5, I would say. But
if you've got Chow or Hall this week, like they have made your week.
Yeah, you've creamed it. But then you were always having them for this week.
Yeah. It's so weird watching them away from home that first half. I find it so peculiar. Like Hall is so attacking in the home games and looks incredible, and like he wasn't in this game at all. Like he got a little bit more attacking as they started getting a bit more desperate, and he's ended up with bonus. He ended up with bonus because they kept fouling him. There was one point, I don't know if you saw it, but it was about 65 minutes in where Hall tried to dribble out of his own box. He dribbled past one guy, then he lost the ball, then he won the ball back, then he dribbled past another guy, then he lost the ball, then he won the ball back. And I was like, he was out, not even in the bonus at all. And he just suddenly went up by 4 because he just kept stumbling his way through one run. And you're like, this is the bit where it's just all a bit stupid. Like some of this stuff is that a stumbly old run, and then he just passed the ball 10 yards off to the side. You're like, yeah, that'll get you some bonus.
Yeah.
But and Chow, like as much as he he gets the bonus of this, there were 3 or 4 occasions where that ball was very, very close to him on a set play. Really close to him. And all the set plays were basically aimed at Joe Linton and Chow, and most of them ended up with Joe Linton, but he was not far away from him. He will he'll have another big performance for them. He's a fine keep if you got him.
Yeah.
Wingers, like if he's given Alanga minutes and Alanga's just so off, then that almost tells you that Gordon just can't do the 90 minutes really.
Yeah.
But then they've also got some Europe as well. So that's going to just keep doing this. Greg just mentioned in the chat about the fact that if you think Bruno G is long term, you need Mukiele to rotate him. I'm sure I saw a tweet saying something like, if you just rotated Mukiele and Bruno G for the home fixtures all season, they'd have over 150 points. Just from game week 1, just whichever Newcastle or Sunderland at home, just play Mukiele or Bruno G, and it was something. I think it was something like 148 points or something like that. Bear in mind, like Declan Rice is second behind Haaland, 125.
Yeah,
absolute madness. Absolute madness.
I mean, I think that's it's easy to say when Sunderland are doing what they're doing this season, to be fair, but nobody would have ever expected that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, look, but they're both great picks in their own right. Bruno G's got 120 points, and I think Mukiele's got like 98 now.
Yeah, another 6 points this week. Another 6 points this week.
You know, so they're both great picks in their own right. Playing both every week. You won't done but badly. If I could sell Bruno coming up, but I'm not desperate to sell him. Not desperate at all. You just have to. Apparently, Underdog said nightmare tweet about that the other day. Yeah, I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Yeah, I think you can keep Chow. I think you can keep Bruno. Hall, if you've got him, you probably do keep him, because I don't think anybody else is now coming for the spot.
I mean, I think with the thing about Bruno though, like, yes, I kind of get it, but it is really home centric, and the next 5 games they've only got 2 home games, and I just think this.
True. I just think that's how the points have worked out. Like, you watch this game, did like how many players did you see play better than Bruno Guimaraes in that last 20 minutes? Like,
yeah, it's but yeah, I get that, but that's like, there's a bit of game state in there as well, I guess. Because he's the captain, right?
He was a moment away from a double digit, and so many different things that happened. And he was on pens for the last half hour too. Because Gordon, like, is not minutes, and playing Voltemada over Wissa is just wrong. So his pen share is only going to keep going up, I think. I feel like it's only going to keep going up. So look, he's definitely not a buy, but it's going to struggle for him to be your worst problem. It's just that there's so many options coming forward.
I was going to say, like, 24 onwards, there's just lots of good options.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to rank them, fine. Like, I would have, obviously, you can have Foden first because you probably need more money, but slightly cheaper options become better from 24 onwards. Should we go back to Chelsea?
Yeah.
Keeper bonus.
Keeper bonus.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when Thiago misses chances. And I mean, he made a few really good saves.
He's done it all season. Like, he's done double digits in games where he shouldn't. And that's one of the best things that can happen, is that you have a keeper that keeps cleans when you think he shouldn't. And therefore he gets a load of points when that happens. And like, this has continually happened this season for him. It's I think it's one of those where all of us will be thinking, oh yeah, well, maybe he won't keep his place, maybe something will go wrong. But ultimately, 4.9 is an absolute steal when you look at it and you go, right, Palace away, which suddenly looks better than it would have looked.
Yeah.
That's good. Palace's next home game is going to be horrid. And then West Ham, Wolves, Leeds, Burnley.
Yeah, good fixtures.
Incredible fixtures.
Yeah, really good.
He's automatic on anyone's 24 wildcard. Automatic.
There will come a time where you hate him though. Like that I see what you're saying, but there will come a time when you hate him because at the same time you feel like he should do better than, because he's always susceptible to the clangor that goes
to the stupidness.
Yeah. So I think preparing yourself for that kind of eventuality is necessary.
Yeah.
But I get it. Yeah, but I get it. I'm gonna do the whole sort of Raya versus type thing. I'd much rather have a defender from Chelsea that has the ability to not be stupid. I guess actually it probably doesn't really matter, because if Sanchez is stupid, your Chelsea defender doesn't get points anyway.
Yeah. It's just the issue that then goes, if you're now going to go and spend another £60 million on another centre back, and suddenly you're like, now you have Chalobah, Tosin, like in this game, but Fofana's around. I mean, Badiashile, I'm sure he'll be farmed out. I don't think he's much of a danger. But they spend another 60 million quid, and suddenly you're like, oh, okay, maybe we don't play every game.
Yeah, maybe. Concerns over.
Well, it's still the triple up, though, isn't it? It's still the triple up, like, because we have to talk like Cole Palmer scores, so he scores a penalty, so people like it. But I urge anybody to make sure is if they're not sure, is that just go search Twitter about Palmer's performance, because anybody will tell you that watch that game that was probably Palmer's worst ever game he's ever played in his entire career. You know, is the it was just bad. You know, I will go there, and these are all Chelsea players. Cole Palmer got rated 7.3 on SofaScore because he scored a penalty. He was genuinely so shit. That's the words we saw. Is one of my favorites. Hold on, let me just find. I need to find this tweet because it was definitely one of my favorites. But unfortunately, he tweets quite a lot. I have to find it for you. I have to find it.
I was just going to say. While you're there, while you're looking for it, the penalty thing is very important. If you consider the players that they've got, if you consider you've got João Pedro, who likes to fall over, you've got Garnacho, who likes to get fouled, he's got Estevao, who likes to dribble the ball a lot.
Yeah.
You've got lots of people that like to enter the box and try and get something. Neto as well, another one. So if he has bad games, that's okay. And if this is the worst game that he's ever played, considering he's still just coming back.
It's whether he can play.
If he can play. I mean, obviously he goes down injured at the end, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah.
So,
but it's all game. Everyone was saying like how much he looked like he was struggling. All-State Alumni was the one. A really good account, by the way, if you want some Chelsea takes. Palmer should kiss the lap on the lips for that. Played like booty butt cheeks and still leaving with a goal. Then Tala Labubu. It might genuinely be the worst game I've ever seen Cole Palmer play. Like the good Chelsea people that know will tell you that he was a problem. And if you look at his heat map, he's got so he plays in the 10, and his heat map is right back. Like it's a full, up and down right back, but it's a full right back heat map. I've never seen it from him, considering he's playing in the 10. And you're like, oh, does that mean Neto didn't? No, Neto also played there. Did James not play? Yeah, well, James did a bit of inverting. But basically when James does the inverting, Palmer went to right back.
It's wild. That is wild, actually. I'm looking at all three of those now together next to each other. And it's true. Like, and he's not even, because James takes...
The only thing in the box is a penalty.
That is it. Like, he's got like a tiny touch in the right-hand side, but like he should be all over this central space, right?
As a 10. Yeah.
That's
wild.
Bizarre.
So you're like, is he fit? What's going on? I don't know. It's crazy. But you can't help but be tempted, because all the other fucks that are 10 million quid are doing rubbish.
Yeah, that's true.
Enzo was in lots of nice positions, but had no shots.
Yeah.
Like as I said, he's a block. Like Palmer, if somebody walked into this game and they own Palmer and Enzo and walked out with whatever they walked out from this, then
like 15 points.
Jesus. Yeah, a block and a pen. Everyone, the sentiment all round from Chelsea fans were he clearly needs the operation, but he knows that if he has the operation now, that could be World Cup done.
Surely, if he just plays shit, then he's just World Cup done anyway, because we've got like a plethora of players that could play in that position. We've got so many.
Such a tough position. It's such a tough position, but I agree, because you're like, well, he's already up against it, but he must be looking at Phil Foden playing crap and thinking, well, that might be one out of my way. But yeah,
Rodgers must be loving life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, honestly, part of my thinking with Rodgers last week was definitely that he's going to push for this number 10 role. He's not going to, he's not going to just think I can get on the left. He's going to play for it. And if he watches Palmer like this, he's going to only turn up for even more.
Where do you want to go next?
What do you do with Brentford? Mate, 60% of the game's got Thiago.
Well, he still got into good position. Still had a couple of shots. Had a good header that just went wide. Like I say a good header. I think he would be disappointed with that header itself, but still think he's fine. I think he's okay. I'm obviously taking him on every week, but
yeah, I mean, no one's put
away Villa, away Newcastle, home Arsenal coming up. They've obviously got Forest this week, but those three after that.
You've got time.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you've got a week, maybe two, to think about it. And as you say, you mentioned, like when we were talking about City, like the striker options really just they suck. They all just suck.
They suck. Well, I mean, to that we can still wait, because again, illness. So let's see what comes from it. But they are dropping like flies. Let's do Palace and Sunderland.
What, Brian Brobby?
Well, Mateta's gone.
Well,
that's another guy. That's another one of who we're going to pick, not him.
There's a lot. It's very difficult to really talk about the game because I think the comments around the game are more pertinent to what we might see from Palace. So it feels like obviously Glasner's been very clear about what he said, right? He's saying the board have screwed us over, but I need to defend the players. But it also means that he's basically completely shat on the bench that he had, because he was like, I just don't want to use any of them. Camvart, Uche, all of them. He just went, I can't use them.
I like Uche too.
It makes it difficult. It makes it feel like he's going to have to continue to farm out his players. It feels like he went to get sacked, basically, and Parish has just gone, well, I ain't going to pay you, so we're just going to do a standoff here. And so I really don't know what that means. What does that mean? Does that mean Glasner just puts out the reserves next week? Like, does he make like 10 changes next week? Like, what does he do? I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't know what they do.
I'm really confused.
I just know you can't buy them.
Yeah. I think it's one of the huge things about one of the huge things I'm really happy with myself for was just recognizing that, and it wasn't because of the Glasner thing as such, because obviously that happens after the deadline, but the Gahey sale just completely put me off Palace defence. And I think I was never really truly convinced on Palace attack anyway, especially Sarr comes back in, doesn't he, next week? But
yeah. But they've signed Brennan Johnson.
They've signed, yeah.
So what does he go? Up 9 if Mateta goes?
Probably. But he's going to so much has changed since these guys have left and come back, and it's like, oh, this is not the place that I left before.
It's so weird.
it is going to be like the guy walking in with the pizza with the house on fire, isn't it? It's like Sar's going to walk in and he's like,
I saw a picture of it, but they'd put Glasner in it, also being really angry with it. It looked fantastic. It looked absolutely fantastic. So yeah, they're it's a mess. You can't get near it. But like you say, this is when it came to this, well, I was just playing Richards at Sunderland, it was fine, and suddenly I was like, hold on, Gay is now gone. Dorgu's playing left wing. How good is this going to be? I should have fucking played Dorgu. But Richards, gets DEFCON by half time, and he'll continue to get DEFCON in those games. But Munoz, Sarr, these are all great, but you're like, it's such a problem. Because if you're Munoz, Sarr, and Wharton, you must be like, what?
What's happened here?
What? Yeah, we'll wait and see. They've got no Europe this week, have they? So they're next. So they've got a whole week. So they've got Chelsea at home next Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to make that decision again on Richards v Dorgu, and Dorgu is away at Arsenal.
Yeah,
that's insane. That's a decision. That's insane. That's a decision.
Do you think they can? Do you think they can implode enough so that Tottenham are safe from relegation? Or
wow, we need some people. We've got to try.
We need people to. Yeah, we need people to be worse. Yeah, Nikolai's probably quite right. The Wharton's probably gone in the summer as well, because like he's just too good to be messing around with this stuff.
Yeah, just absurd. Yeah. 1 point between us, Palace and Tottenham, who can sink fastest, living the dream. Sunderland though not. Still keeping going, still pushing on. They got their guys coming back. Yeah, the thing on Brobby, obviously he's got like 50 points where he is now, and he's scoring, and all the goals are good, so you still look at them. But Isidore, does it just go straight back to Isidore, or do they share? But the minute's going to still be shared, so you can't do it. And LFA, it's still a good cheap option, but you need to be on him now because the fixtures are good now.
Yeah,
the fixtures aren't good after a few more.
Yeah, Arsenal in 25, Liverpool, Fulham, Bournemouth. Well, I mean, Fulham, Bournemouth. I mean, even Liverpool, actually. Maybe it's just the Arsenal game that's not great. But yeah, West Ham, Burnley next two.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely going to roll out double defence next two games. I'm just very worried. Obviously, I've once again got the wrong one. But I guess I'm just there now. I'm just there now. I mean, I looked at like the number of the shot volume of Alderete in the last few weeks is pretty good. So I still expect him to get involved. He obviously he had one shot in this game, which was just a blast from the edge of the box that went miles high and wide. But he's going to be in and around it, I hope. But yeah, as you say, lots of people coming back for him. I mean, honestly, every time, like every goal from Brobby is a flipping highlight reel. It's ridiculous.
It makes you look up his price. The goals are so good that you start looking at the price. Be like, what?
Yeah.
Well done.
Tottenham 1, West Ham 2.
Did you see how many people from West Ham at DEFCON?
Wasn't it like 9 of them or something? It did feel like that.
Of players that played 90 minutes, the lowest anyone got was 8. 8. Skulls and Somerville got 8, but everybody else hit it. I think there was 6. 6 guys hit DEFCON, which is nuts. I mean, Bowen hit it on about the 61st minute. A striker hit it on the 61st minute.
But he's not playing striker. Like they've absolutely. I mean, they have ruined him really.
Yeah, but it just goes back. So Paulina's out. Obviously we lost Bent and Kerr. We've moaned all season about having both of them. But hey, we kind of could do with one of them, because when you suddenly haven't got them, then we just, even like as if we weren't easy enough to play through the middle, they sliced for us. Absolutely at will. Whenever the counter-attack was on, absolutely sliced for us.
I think the quote in Discord was something around, yeah, are Spurs really bad, or did Somerville turn into prime Eden Hazard for a game?
I think anybody who wants to, I think he's not enough like it, like the boy can run at people, but he's watched like the goal that Semenyo scored, last week. Like everyone, if you're a baller and you've been watching teams play Spurs, you're like, yes, they don't tackle and they're not very good at blocking. And I just run at it for a bit and then just shoot. It tends to work out. It'll either hit the defender and go in, or the keeper just isn't very good.
The stupid thing about that, right, is that for anyone that's played like lower league football, before training starts, the first thing everyone does is the keeper goes in goal and everyone just peppers shots. Like, I don't think you lose that as someone who plays football, regardless of what level you're at. Like, they'll be more disciplined, of course, but you'll know they will just want to, when they see, as you say, when they see Tottenham's coming up, oh, should we have a little bit of extra long shooting practice? That'd be fun. Just pepper some shots. It'd be nice.
But like when you watch that, when you watch like social media for Spurs and all the rest of it, and you see them do the shooting practice, they don't miss. They all score.
No. No one misses.
London in these bits, and that's the bit. This is why it is so much on Thomas Frank. Is that it's so hard because I don't dislike Thomas Frank as a person. Like I really wanted this to be good. Like when it came in, I was like, yes, a nice guy. He talks well. You want him to do well. But there's so many obvious flaws, which should be like the first people is, you sack anyone that did it, because we've known this. We watched Mark Flecken rack up 150 saves last year. Mark Flecken got 150 saves, and we all saw it because we are nerds looking at how do we get bonus and what does that mean, and we all look at that stuff. And you go, why? Well, we know that he doesn't value long shots. He just says, let them take them. Let them take them. They're low value. Let them take them. So we know that he doesn't work on that thing. So there's a direct attribution to the number of goals we're scoring that is not just players are crap. It's a tactic, of saying, take that, because actually what we think is we can counter fast off the back of it. There's a tactic that says we don't play through the middle. So we don't have the passes. We basically have that and we get to the top and we try to get to it really quickly.
I don't even think we do that very well though either.
But we're not good at that, because I think everything that he was doing at Brentford required a real buy-in of that's how we're going to play. And then you look at us, I mentioned it earlier to you about like Glasner, and just if you search again Glasner Tottenham, all you will find is a million people saying, we don't want Glasner. We don't want Glasner. We don't want Glasner. He's not our person. He's not our person. I think it's pretty harsh to an extent, but I do get it, because the identity of what Tottenham fans want is we want the ball. We've got it plastered all around the bloody, the stadium to dare us to do, and all this stuff, and how it's deemed. Whenever you see what gets people up and running, it's that we want the ball more than anything else. We want the ball. I think that Man United way of playing, we saw earlier that we have an ex-Man United and they get it. Direct, fast, bang in your face football. That gets them off the seat. They really relate to it. It gets the crowd. Everyone loves it. We've never been that team. We're not really that guys. It was always more of a control, bit more past. That's the identity that we seek for. So why would you have somebody that doesn't really fit that?
Yeah.
So a vertical guy like Glasner, a person who doesn't mind letting other people take the shots and dissuades it. Like I cracked up, but you see Basuma came on at half time, and then within about 2 minutes just bangs one
from 30 yards. Yeah.
and I was like, he'll get told off for that. But he's done that every time he's ever come in, Basuma, he's banged on for 30 yards, and then he doesn't play again for another 5 games.
Yeah.
Because Frank must hate him for it. It's all bad. It's all bad. And it's so, look, West Ham, it's not their first rodeo of smashing us up. Don't know what else you can take from West Ham.
No, I mean, there's still no picks really from either team.
No. But hey, you get half a goal from Bowen every week if he gets his DEFCON.
Yes, you do.
It's better than a lot of my players.
Aston Villa.
Yeah. I mean, that's rude to say. That's not mention the other team that played.
And Everton, obviously. Yeah, Everton 1, Aston Villa 0.
Can't believe you didn't get Pickford's whole arms in. They're not very big. Like
this is the standard. This is the standard picture from. There you go. You can have it if you want. There you go. There it is.
So again, from
that's all you get. It's so weird because when you look at like everyone else is like chest up, top half standard profile pick, and for some reason Jordan Pickford, it's like almost like the Calvert-Lewin thing with like the cut off arms and stuff. But this is what they give us. He made some ridiculous saves, did Jordan Pickford today?
Yeah, he did. Everton away, they just fight so hard. I mean, they look, and the chances go up towards the end. But I didn't ever expect Villa to score. I mean, you had both of them. You had Watkins and Rodgers. Now, Rodgers had 6 shots in this game, and
definitely felt like more than that
stuff. It felt like more than 6, but it was 6, about 0.8 xg, but it felt a lot more. I felt very aggrieved that I didn't have points from Rodgers today, but Watkins only had 1. There was a number of times where there was a counter attack, and I was like, "Where's Rodgers?" Were you like that? Like watching him, I was like, I don't understand where he is. Or there were whenever I still just like I'm not sure how much he can run anymore.
Did it change a little? I mean, didn't it change a little bit with McGinn coming off for Gesson though? Because Gesson's obviously much more attacking, and McGinn's more sort of the functional guy. I don't mean stereotyping the Scottish hard midfielder type thing, but he is the more functional sort of link up guy between it. And so when you take that out, you need someone to come in and replace. And I guess Rodgers did come. I mean, like I say, most of Rodgers' shots didn't come from, through balls, as you say, like where he's taking snapshots in a channel. They came from, he's dropped onto the edge of the box to collect the ball. He obviously had the one from the I think it was a corner that came out. He was taking instruction and whatever, and he just ended up at the edge of the box. But most of them were from the edge of the box rather than in positions where you'd expect him to be normally. So probably was a bit of that.
It was a bit of that. I mean,
who have they got coming back? Have they still got players to come back from AFCON? Villa.
Don't think so.
No. Okay.
Can't think of them. But yeah. McGinn, that changes a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things this week that have changed so much. We didn't even talk about it, but like the Dalot non-red card.
Oh yeah. We didn't talk about that.
Like, what a world of a difference that could be if you were, from the Haaland cap versus everything else, from even the Foden pick and all of those type of stuff, and even the Dorgu. Like, I'd have no if Dalot goes off in the first 10 minutes, I definitely have no regrets then, do I?
Yeah, sure.
All of those things, and that's the thing. When it's game weeks like this, there are small moments that just mean huge things. Is Rodgers missing all of those? But like people will say, well, it's been owed. Villa overperformed it. I moaned earlier about Bruno G about the fact that he didn't get any returns. Well, I'm sure everybody else was moaning when he scored, the 30-yarder at Burnley.
I was.
And the penalty when everyone else goes off the pitch.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's just one of those one of those things where you don't do it. But I don't think anybody can watch this and not think Rodgers isn't a good pick, because I just think he is. He quite clearly is a bloody good pick. He will still do the thing that he does, which is try and get a yellow card any way he possibly can. Like, it feels like he's deliberately trying to get one. He's constantly moaning at the ref. He's constantly finding ways. And then I'm like, then he does like little petulant fouls, and you're like, mate, you were just literally mouthing off at the ref for minutes. Like, the second he did one of those pullbacks, whatever he does that he loves to do in the midfield, you're like, I would book him so quick. You can see why. But it feels to me like he has huge big dog energy, and I fully think that there's a lot of focus for him on the World Cup. Good pick. Everton, Tarko, Pickford. What is Pickford? 5.5?
He is 5.6.
5.6. A lot of money in it, but bloody hell, he's got 100 points again, isn't he? So the reason why he's 5.5 is because for the last 2 seasons, he's been the top scoring keeper. And then he's 5.5, and we all say he's too expensive, and he's again the top scoring keeper. There must be so many people that just look at it and go, he gets the most points, I'll have him.
Kind of why I've got Robin Roofs, to be honest. And Wildcard.
I have not owned. I've genuinely. I don't think I've owned Pickford in any of the last 3 seasons.
No, I don't think so.
I think actually I might have had him and then ended up like wildcarding in like game week 3. Got rid of him in one of those seasons. I think I've got a feeling I might have started in game week 1 with him last season and just got him gone real early. But I should probably think about that. 100 points. Like, it's quite a gap starting to open up on that Pickford, Rose, Raya, Sanchez. Like, compared to some of the other guys, 100 points is a lot of points.
100 points is a lot. Yeah. Roofs is up to 5 now as well.
Yeah. You're not likely to triple up on Everton.
No. I guess that's the only argument, I guess, from so yeah, because that for me would be like the only argument you could have against him versus Raya, because or the old Raya, like if you'd still got Raya.
Even Chelsea with Sanchez, like is the only way. If I got Sanchez, but I've already got Guiu, so suddenly I can only have one more Chelsea spot, and I'm like, that put me off Enzo this week. Was almost like damn, I've suddenly got 2 spots, and what if I want Palmer, and what if I want Chalobah, what if I want Sanchez? No, there's still so many guys. This one here, I still look at it and go, Tarko and Pickford. I mean, I've got Keane, but Tarko and Pickford are the actual picks.
It's a lot of money, though.
A lot of money. Yeah, but say you invested 11 million on those two events.
That's 11.3 million on Everton defence, like double Everton defence. That sounds horrific, doesn't it?
The slight difference is, like, so if you did one or the other, because that's the other thing I've always thought, if I'm one or the other, I'll go Tarko. Because the DEFCON. Like he doesn't, maybe he gets one save, but the Tarko gets it all the time. But I think there's loads of games where you'd be so tempted to, but like loads of people bench Tarko this week. I think Danny, did. I think Harry did. I think Flappy did. All the guys that got Tarko, loads of them benched him this week. Whereas Pickford, you just play him. Pickford, just play him every week, and so you won't have that bench paying that you might necessarily do. And I don't like having a defender that'd be 5.5 that I'd ever bench. I don't want to do that. If I'm spending 5.5, I'm playing him every week.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm only asking because would you bench Chalobah against Arsenal in 28?
I don't think I would. Well, I'd have to have a really good idea. You might do.
I think you would.
It's a one-off, in it. It's 28 years.
I think you would. Yeah, but I'm just saying you need to have this is the sort of thing that I had to think of in mind when building my wildcard. So it's not saying don't not do that, but I'm saying to say, if anybody's thinking about wildcard over the next few weeks, make sure you got those decisions in your mind when you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that you can sort of rationalize it in your brain. So I was looking at.
It has to be a very small thing for it, though, to be the case. Like it's the worst fixture in the game.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you just got to keep going. The fixtures get better.
Yep. Fixtures get better. Well, it's Newcastle next week, but yeah, fixtures get better after that.
No other striker putting their hand up. So
Leeds 1, Fulham 0, and I've lost my headphones, so I can't hear you.
Right, because everything. Oh, damn it, he's got it back. James Justin, top bonus.
Well, this is what happens when he keeps cleans. Like if he scores 2 goals, he can't get bonus, but if he keeps cleans, then he's all right.
How cheap is James Justin? He's got
no one's. He's going to be like. Surely he's got his. Is he?
3.9. But he's now played 4 90s back to back.
I was going to say how much has he even actually played?
3.9. He's got 4 90s back to back. So suddenly we are seeing James Justin is playing.
Where is Bogle then? Well, Bogle played. Where's James Justin playing? Did he play centre back?
They're doing some kind of like weird. They're like almost rotating through the game. It's the only way I can describe it. From what I saw, it was like suddenly Bogle was up there, then suddenly Justin was up there. It's hard. I'm going to say it's the only way I could describe it. Is I'm not fully sure. I'm not fully sure what they're doing with it. But he's played 4 in a row, so he's definitely not playing. His heat map is definitely not centre back. He was taking corners. This is interesting. He was taking corners. I think he took them from both sides. He definitely took them from the left side, swinging them in. But I think he took them from both sides.
Is it Bijol or Biol? It's his injury that's facilitated this, right?
Yeah.
So because I was just wondering where he fits in and why he wasn't around previously. But obviously, I was just trying to work out who was playing alongside Joe Rodon before. But yeah, Biol been out. I mean, I guess he'll just get more minutes, won't he? Because he can play on the right and he can play at centre back as well. In a 3, like
he played a game early in the season, left, didn't he? Do you remember this game where you started Goodmanson and then James Justin started one?
Yeah. That's the sort of shit that happens to me. sounds about right. Sounds about right. I mean, we've seen this from Leeds all season at home. Like this is just feels like half of the course now. So if you've got like defenders, if you've got Goodmansons and Rodons and whoever else like at home, then play him. Just keep playing them.
In these sort of games,
in these middling games home, like in upcoming, they've got a lot of away games coming up. But if you've got them, you could play them Forest. Well, I suppose they've got Arsenal and City the next 3 at home.
There's not many games you're playing them. From a Fulham perspective, Harry Wilson didn't score a banger. It's disgusting. I
can't believe it actually happened.
So the weirdest thing, if you go look at average position, is, as we've been saying, he's playing the number 9. Like he is comfortably playing the number 9. Like he's way ahead of Jimenez in terms of average position. The bad part is I don't like him playing the number 9 when he starts as the number 10, almost to an extent. So how he's been doing it at the moment, in recent games, is he's playing out wide right. So he starts there and he drifts in, and it's very, very good. Then you can't track him and run him. But in this one game, they played Ryan Sessegnon. So Ryan Sessegnon then played right wing. Emil Smith-Rowe played left wing. And then suddenly Harry Wilson starts in the 10 and it's a lot more obvious what he's doing.
Yeah.
I want sneaky. And I think a lot of that is not helped by Iwobi. So if Iwobi comes back and Sessegnon goes to the bench, for example, and then Smith Rowe goes into the 10, and then Wilson back to the right, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. I think, I don't know how it ended up, but there was a suggestion that Smith Rowe got injured.
It's marked as an injury on SofaScore, but I didn't see what it was. There's nothing. Yeah. I don't know what the reports are on it as yet.
Yeah,
don't know.
But yes, playing. Even if it's Kevin on the left, and then Iwobi central and Wilson right, but you want Wilson out on the right. Do not want him playing in the 10.
Got Chukwueze coming back as well from AFCON. Going to come back in as well.
He can play centrally as well, so that will help. Just somebody else, but keep Wilson on the right. Then you might find though that once you've got those guys, Wilson might suddenly be a 75-minute player. He comes off an 88. Quite fortunately, he kept his clean sheet point. But he got booked. So it was only the 2 points. But then if you got Anderson, you got done. You got done a bit in that you must feel unlucky because obviously the wipeout was late, but you can't say it wasn't coming.
No, and it was it was an unbelievably good finish as well. Enjoyed it.
It was like Leeds deserved the win. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing with Wilson, I don't think his minutes are going to go bad, but you always think with Fulham, how many goals are they going to score? How often do they score 3 or 4? And then if you've got, at the moment, realistically, they're just looking so much for Wilson has to score, otherwise we're not going to score at all, which can happen here. Whereas Iwobi can score, Chukwueze can score. It's once those guys come in, it might spread around a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 games left.
Almost there. Same as I think this is the same as match of the day. Penultimate game on match of the day.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think it was
a bit harsh on Burnley though. Really, getting a 1-1 draw at Anfield and still get stuffed at the end.
What, in terms of match of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it was really kind of smash and grab from Burnley. That said, this is not this looks like a paddling. It is, but it isn't really. Liverpool had 32 shots. And one of those was a penalty. One of those was a big chance later in the second half. And then you got the Wirtz goal at 0.1 and you got another one in there. So you got 4 big chances, or 4 relatively big chances that account for about 1.4, 1.5 of the XG. So you've got 28 shots for the other 1.5. That's averaging 0.05 per shot. That's averaging 0.05 per shot. And I'll tell you that the best defense in the league, they average 0.08 per game. So it's just they were just peppering them over and over and over again from ridiculous positions. And so it's not great from a Liverpool perspective.
If you're not creating over 0.1 per shot, then the chances are not good. They're not good. You've obviously, like I said, if you're an Ekatike owner, that big chance at the end, 0.4, that is that big spike at the end, and just 6 shots in general, you can feel very aggrieved that you didn't take points off Haaland this week. If it was a straight up, which one do you cap? Then you've been pretty unfortunate to not have everything. But the good thing about Florian Wirtz is, and this isn't the only midfielder we've seen this with this season, is we've seen it with Bruno repeatedly. We've seen it with Declan Rice repeatedly, is if that team doesn't keep it clean and they're not functioning like they're not having the most, they're not banging 3 or 4 goals in, you kind of know where the bonus is going to go. You kind of know where the bonuses go is going to go and that's so. Therefore, if Wirtz does score, it's almost certainly going to be like a 7-point goal. So he'll get points. Like he's in the central that like he could have scored. It was a good save by Dubravka, which is I'm assuming, is that the one about 55, 60 minutes here? I'm assuming that's probably his,
yes. Yes.
His other chance.
It's the earliest big chance in the second half.
Yeah. Because that's realistically it, isn't it? Sobo, the goal, the other Wirtz chance, the Ekitike chance, and then the Ekitike ruled out. That's really, if you think about what do you take away from this, it's those 5 chances.
Yeah.
Everything else was just fodder for him, but he'll keep getting it. I do think they have to put Mo Salah back in this team. Have to.
Yeah. They have to find a way to get him back in. And look, for whatever reason, like Wirtz, again, in this game, he did create well as well. Like he had one expected goal involvement. That's like Opta goal involvement as well. So there would have been more from a fantasy assist perspective as well. But like he is growing into his role, it seems. And he's definitely, I feel like he's looking better on the, like some of the touches he was making earlier on in the season, you felt like he was dribbling into players, not realizing he was having so little space, but now his movement is better and he's picking up the ball in better spaces where he wants to make an impact. And he knows he's getting used to what to do quickly.
Yeah.
So if your best creative guy is, or seemingly your best creative guy is improving, then bringing in who's like historically been your best goal scorer surely is like a good thing. And surely that just makes it should, in theory, make Salah better. Now, will it? Like, we don't know, because obviously I still don't know what the fallout is going to be from all the crap that happened just before he left, right? Because all that happened and then he just off he went.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's obviously conversations happening back and forth between him and the club, but nobody really knows what's been said. There hasn't really been anything leaked on it. He's been very focused on AFCON and like, et cetera, et cetera. So, next week's going to be interesting. Like, we will see. We will see next week.
Mm.
They've got Newcastle and Man City to get through.
Then after that, the buy. Like, I don't think. But if you've got him, then he might still be here past next week, I think.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I also just thinking those that are thinking on early wildcards, just you need to be able to maneuver. Well, give yourself an opportunity to move to Salah if you can. Like I'm not saying it's like priority, just have it in the back of your mind that he might just come back and be an option. Because if he does become an option and you can't do it, there will be people that won't have wildcarded that will make it happen. Right?
And I mean, Szoboszlai. What the hell do you do? Because
well, he'll be off pens when Salah's back. If Salah comes straight back in, he'll just be off pens. But he does keep shooting.
Also come back in. He probably plays right back too.
Probably. Yeah.
Because we know that Slot loves Gakpo more than life itself. So if that front three is Gakpo, Ekitike, and Salah, then it's Wirtz in the 10 right now.
Yeah.
Like you're not playing Wirtz in the 10 right now. He has to, him close to Ekitike just works. But yeah, I think if people have got Ekitike, I'm not particularly panicky on Ekitike. Is like I say, he could have hauled big. I foresee they either strengthen or they bring Salah in. They're going to do something. But yeah, I'm not particularly panicked on him. If you've got Virgil van Dijk, look, after next week, I think, Chalobah is going to be very popular. I think a lot of people with Virgil van Dijk have been thinking, I'm going to go straight to Moon Knights from him. I suspect Virgil van Dijk will either become, if you haven't got Timber and Gabriel, he'll be Chalobah for a lot of people.
Yeah. I think it's makes. I think Palace just hard avoid.
Yeah,
hard avoid. One more.
And this was match of the day order as well.
This was match of the day. I mean, look, Forest. There's a reason why Matt Sell's got top bonus. Like Arsenal missed a lot of chances. He made some unbelievable saves.
Saka was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's gone through the hand, and actually then the fingers have still got it back and got it out.
Yeah, really good save.
Just phenomenal. Didn't they give a goal? They gave a goal kick for it as well. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't see that.
They gave a goal kick for it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't understand.
I don't understand that.
I'm 99% sure that was a goal kick, or somehow that was a stunt, because nothing then happened. There wasn't like here's a good corner. Rice, like, he takes all the free kicks. He takes the corners. They have a lot of the free kicks and corners. I'm surprised he didn't shoot from more of those free kicks. He had a couple of free kicks in what I thought was in territory to shoot, and he tried weird little things, mainly because Gabriel comes running over every time, and you're doing this.
Yeah, you see, yeah. He is
Gabriel wouldn't take his free kick because he's there, but it's like, no,
he's just the full. Exactly, he's the full conductor, and he's the full conductor. Maybe he just got so pissed off with Jesus just taking it off his head last week. He was like, I just need to keep telling people where to put the ball, and then I'm going to run off and tell them where I'm going to run.
Yeah.
But then he keeps missing headers at the back post.
I think, the same thing happened again, didn't it?
Marino, Marino nicked it off his head as well.
Yeah, that was going straight through to Gabriel.
Yeah.
And that would have been a Rice assist.
Yeah.
And Rice ended up on, I think, 24 on the BPS. No returns.
Quite a high baseline.
So, an assist would have been enough for at least 2 bonus.
25. Yeah.
25 he's ended up on, is he?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Rice is solid as hell. Like, it's very interesting as a Saka owner, because obviously you are worried about where he's going to start. Like, I wasn't not worried that he wouldn't start this week. I thought that it's not like, I was unlucky that Saka didn't start. There was a genuine thought that he might not, because they played midweek, and it's like, and they're playing Tuesday night at Inter. Now, they're mathematically safe, so it still seems a bit weird. It still seems a bit weird that surely you rotate everybody for Inter, but
it was a bit. I think it felt a bit more weird because. Do you think it might have been a late decision based on the City result? Because I thought it should have gone the other way. Like, as soon as you see City draw, you just go, right, we are taking no chances here. Yeah. We win this game. We win 3-0 or whatever, and we just get it done.
But
don't know why.
He got kicked a lot against Chelsea. Like, he did get, problem is he gets kicked so often and he's down so often that it's really hard to tell if he's hurt or not.
The proper boy who cried wolf stuff.
It's hard, isn't it? It's really hard to tell actually how hurt he is, but he did get kicked a lot versus Chelsea. But what you do see, well, look at the last half hour when he come on, and everything went through him. Everything was going through him. Is the chances had was his header and his cross to Rice. Like, it was Saka to Rice, Rice to Saka.
Yeah.
But he's still huge, high usage winger as soon as he comes on.
And then he probably takes what could have been a penalty at the end as well.
Yeah. So I still think it's bloody difficult to sell him, but we've got a double potentially coming up. I don't think you can cap Saka.
I think Gabriel is the biggest lock in double game week 26 if it happens. There is.
Do you think you'd be 100%? You'd lock Gab over?
Not
Rice?
Even close. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Not even close. Because a lot of Rice's, yes, Rice can get
Rice's
goals.
Stuff could end up going to Gab.
Rice's stuff goes to Gab. Yeah, that's it. Like it's. I guess it was the discussion we were having on Thursday about this Wirtz Ekitike stuff. It's like, well, should I cap Wirtz? And if you don't have Ekitike, if Wirtz does well, Ekitike probably does well. Well, it's probably like more like that. But this time I'm going for the guy that's being targeted rather than the guy that's setting it all up. But I am fully convinced that it will be not only a popular pick, I think Solio will be farming it out as the pick of the week. Like, I think analytics will be like, this is the highest expected points, projected points, whatever you want to call it. 100%. It'll be everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. FPL show, it'll be everywhere.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't have a problem with captain and Rice. Because there's just
I agree.
There's so many ways to points. And who would it be? Brentford and Wolves, wouldn't it? We know that Wolves, like, no one gets DEFCON against Wolves. That's been like all season. No one's getting DEFCON against Wolves. We're talking early. We're going well early on this. but I think it starts to play into people's minds. If you ask me, would I trust Saka over Rice? I don't think I would. Yeah, and there's also obviously like a minutes thing. Like, I feel like Rice would play every minute, but they're just a lot harder on. Well, I say that they're a lot harder on the midfielders because they're up and down. I guess they're not so up and down. I guess even like the defenders are probably probably spend more energy running up and down the pitch than anyone else because the defenders do the defending, and then it's like set piece, just everyone sprints up. We've done our set piece, sprint back. Whereas midfielders can be more. Don't know, maybe. I just think the minutes will be better for Gabriel as well. I just think like minutes are nailed. There's never in a million years like £3 million worth of value of Saka versus Rice. That's the definite done thing when you look at it. I'm like, And there we are. What a crap week of football. Like, you're right. Hour and a half we've spoken about that, and it was a really crap week of football. We still find.
I don't know how we do it. To be honest, mate. We just love talking about the game, I guess. And I suppose we like to talk about the games, and then we try to talk as little about Tottenham as possible.
I talk as little about football. Yeah. I feel a bit about the game right now, though, don't you? Just a bit. I don't know how much I'm like a bit this about the game because of Tottenham doesn't help, and just in general football. The style of football we've seen all season has just not been fun. But I also, it's the DEFCON stuff. Still, just hate it. I hate it. We wanna pick someone for goals. We want to pick some for assists. That's what we want. We want currency. That's what makes us. We want the dopamine hit of it. And actually, at the moment, it's just like. It just doesn't make a huge amount of sense to have guys that there's so many guys this year, the 8s and all this stuff. There's so many guys that where you've got Rice on like 25 BPS, without anything. You're like, geez, if he got an assist and if he got to his DEFCON, suddenly again, it's so many points. And you're like, but they're crappy points.
I know what you mean.
Crappy points. You know what I mean? It's just not fun, but that's just the state of the football at the moment. But
yeah, I guess it's kind of just polarizing that because it's difficult on those because like a goal is a single action that equates to a set amount of points. There's also a piece where a clean sheet, we know it's after 60 minutes, but it's a single action within the game that equates to a certain amount of points. DEFCON, you're required to accumulate stuff within the game to get to a threshold, and you are not rewarded for progressing towards it, and you're definitely not significantly rewarded for going way over the top of it. So it's not like it's not really a thing you can enjoy. Because I think if you got say you got like a point for 5 DEFCON, you got 2 for 10, you got 3 for 15 and 4 for 20,
yeah,
you'd probably be a bit more annoyed. There'd be weirder picks just going further up, and it would just feel a bit crappy. But at least you'd feel like I can get the ones that peak. I don't know. I don't know what I want to. I don't know how quite to do that.
It's like, is it a combination of that we've got DEFCON plus it's crappy,
set piece crappy,
making me feel just like, oh God,
yeah,
oh God,
yeah, probably.
Or is it because DEFCON's so important in FPL that we're not looking for the stuff that we used to look for? We're not looking for the fun.
We're just looking at the blocks.
Yeah, it can feel a bit stupid. Like the Rodgers one today, for example. Like you're like, but Rodgers got less points in that game than Garner, because Garner, although he got booked, got 29 DEFCON and a clean.
Yeah.
So he walks away with 4 points.
Yeah.
And Rodgers walks away with 2 and was probably almost, lucky that he didn't get built in and that we were 1. And you're like,
at the same time, you've got the guy that's probably influenced the game. Do you think he's influenced the game more? I think Garner's influenced the game more through what he's done. And as a result, his team is...
I think that's just outcome. We just looked at it, and one had 1.7 XG and one had 0.5. I don't think he influenced the outcome, because
true.
They just wouldn't. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had the 6 shots. You know what I mean? Rodgers just walked past him every time he got the ball.
Yeah.
But it's just that little bit of. I wish they'd changed. Even if you get DEFCON, but they dialed up the bonus for actual actions.
Yes. I mean? Yeah. Because they started to include. They did dial some of the stuff down, didn't they? In BPS, but probably not enough. It probably needs to be one or the other. Well, no, I guess it doesn't actually, because goals do carry a bonus point as well.
Did some really good stuff. Like, yes, I like that when people score penalties and they haven't, like Palmer scored a penalty but had a crappy game, so no bonus.
Yeah.
I like that. I think we all, hated it a bit when Chris Wood was getting 9 points every game, when he was just like, I've scored a penalty and done nothing all game. Like, we didn't like that stuff. So I'm like, yes, you've done a good thing that penalised those almost those 3 points for strikers almost to an extent. But now you're giving more 3 points to the midfield grinders and to the defenders, because they get, every time they do DEFCON, they're accumulating. Not only are they accumulating that, but you get BPS for every DEFCON.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is a bit contradictory, I think, that the idea of keeping people engaged in the game this season was a lot around like the transfers for AFCON and all these double chips and stuff. And then what they've done is they've started rewarding the shit parts that we don't really want to watch.
Yeah.
It's like, come and play in the Premier League, where we're going to give you stuff for clearances and stuff for tackles.
Sad.
Enjoy.
You see it on Twitter. Suddenly you're like, you had a quick look, you looked at it, and somebody was on 7 DEFCON, and then suddenly it was like, dum, someone's got DEFCON, and you're like, I'm watching this football. I don't understand where those 3 were. And then you were like, oh yeah, what happened was someone lost the ball, then they won it back, and then they booted it out because they were stuck in the
under
corner.
Pressure.
And so therefore they won the ball and did it. So you get 2 DEFCON for that. You nick the ball off a winger and then smash it into Rosette, 2 DEFCON. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Crap.
Just crap. Do you know what I mean?
It's crap. That's talk for another day, I think.
Talk for another day.
Cool.
Another day. I'll timestamp that as DEFCON Ran.
DEFCON Ran. Sounds good.
Is it boring?
Yes, it is. It is. But everyone, thank you very much for joining us on this Sunday evening. Been nice to have everyone across. 350 of you this evening. Make sure you do hit the like button on your way out. If you're listening back, hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you want to see more, and we will be back on Thursday to talk Game Week 23 team selection. Catch you later, mate. Cheers, mate.